Alright guys, we're leading up to the midterms. It's literally the day roughly before. I'm in Australia, so time zone's a little complicated to work out sometimes. I've had a couple of days off, and I was away for a couple of days last week when I was doing the whole meeting and meet and greet for Corey Bernardi and stuff like that. So let's jump straight back into it. And let's kick it off with a bang. Farrakhan, I might be mispronouncing, Nation of Islam leader, leads Death to America chant in Iran. Oh. Okay. Interesting. We do have that video. We'll play that for you after. Nation of Islam leader Farrakhan, a notorious anti-Semite who recently compared Jewish people to termites, led a Death to America chant Sunday during a solidarity trip to Iran. Farrakhan's trip came ahead of the Trump administration re-implementation of the US sanctions against the Islamic Republic on Monday. So, we do have a couple of clips here. We'll play that for you. We'll play them for you now.
اما بشنوید شعار مرگ بر آمریکای رهبر جنبش امت اسلام در آمریکا رو در روز استکبار ستیزی ملت ایران.
بعد و اسرائیل ملک بر اسرائیل ملک بر.
Alright, so interesting. Speaking to law students at the University of Tallinn, the 85-year-old Farrakhan said America has never been a democracy and also leads a Death to Israel chant at the end of his talk, according to Iranian news agencies. Today, I warn the American government that sanctioning Iran is a big mistake, he said, at the meeting with the Secretary of Iran's Expeditious Council, Mohsen Razini. Farrakhan noted his belief America is conspiring against Iran. Farrakhan's trip coincided with the 39th anniversary of the 1979 seizure of the US Embassy in Tehran, when more than 50 American diplomats and civilians were held hostage for 444 days. The incident kicked off the Islamic Revolution, and Farrakhan told the Iranian audience that black Americans should be considered among the revolutionaries, might be mispronouncing. The infamous activist cited the actions of Iran's supreme leader Ethe Khamenei, might be mispronouncing, who ordered the release of the black Americans among the 1979 captives. Video of Farrakhan leading Death to America chant once again sparked calls for Democratic leaders to distance themselves from the controversial figure. Several prominent Democrats, including former President Barack Obama, have interacted or taken pictures with Farrakhan. Donald Trump Jr. slammed Democrats Monday on Twitter. So, when will the Democrats disavow this guy? Answer, never, Donald Trump Jr. tweeted. Harvard law professor Alan Dershowitz called on all decent people to condemn Farrakhan after he tweeted he wasn't anti-Semitic but anti-termite. Nazis used the word termites to dehumanize Jews and accuse them of destroying everything good about the world, Dershowitz explained on Fox and Friends. Arabi Shelby Birchwood, I might be mispronouncing, known as American's rabbi, also called on leaders to condemn him. A new low for the arch-Jew hatred Fahrenheit, Butcher tweeted, who has heard of an American going to a foreign country and chanting death to America. Where is Bill Clinton, who appeared with him recently, and Barack Obama photographed with him, and Cory Booker to condemn him? Fahrenheit has previously said, powerful Jews are my enemy, and white folks are going down. Linda Sarsour, a Women's March co-founder and pro-Palestine activist, has reportedly praised Fahrenheit and refused to condemn it. Tamir Malloy, might be mispronouncing, another Women's March leader, called him the GOAT, or greatest of all time, and served as a national organizer for his Justice or Else rally in 2015. Israel activist Han Mansky tweeted out the video of the Death to America chant. Nothing Linda saw, Muzzy wrote. So, okay, before we go giving a wrap up and everything like that, look, we'll play the video from Fox and Friends. It only goes for about 3 or 4 minutes, so we'll play that for you now, and then we'll go through and do the wrap up.
Talk about Farrakhan, call me a hater. You know what they do? Call me an anti-Semite. Stop it. I'm anti-termite.
Outrage this morning over Louis Farrakhan's latest message of hate, but it's nothing new for the Nation of Islam leader who has declared, "The Jews are my enemy," quotation, and white folks are going down. So what is it going to take for Democratic leaders to finally denounce his hate speech? Harvard Law professor Alan Dershowitz joins us right now from Michigan with reaction. Alan, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Well, Mr. Farrakhan claims he's not an anti-Semite. He's an anti-termite. What's he talking about?
Well, he's a classic anti-Semite. First of all, the analogy to termites comes right out of the Nazi playbook. Nazis use the word termites consistently to dehumanize Jews and to accuse them of destroying everything good about the world. Farrakhan has been very explicit. He's blamed the Jews for all the problems of the world. He's called Judaism a religion of Satan, and Twitter's made a decision not to ban him. Twitter has to have a single standard.
Right.
If a white supremacist had made a similar statement about African Americans, the question is, would Twitter ban them? It can't have a double standard based on race. And all good people have to come out and condemn, but especially people who participated in the Million Man March in 1995, headed by Farrakhan, which really made him prominent in American politics. People like Barack Obama, who participated in the march and proudly defended it. People like Keith Ellison, who worked closely with Farrakhan. These folks have a special obligation to condemn. Chelsea Clinton, to her credit, went out of her way to condemn Farrakhan remarks. I wish Bill Clinton had done it, because Bill Clinton sat next to Farrakhan at the funeral of Franklin, and he has a special obligation too. So I think silence is not an appropriate response to Farrakhan's bigotry.
Well, and in fact, Alan, Mr. Farrakhan has referred to Hillary Clinton as a wicked woman. He compared her to Hitler as well. So you're disappointed that we haven't heard from black leaders, but you're also disappointed we haven't heard from Democratic leaders as well.
I'm disappointed that all decent people haven't universally gotten together to condemn, but there is a special obligation, just like there's a special obligation of people on the extreme right to condemn the alt-right when they engage in anti-Semitism or bigotry. There's a special obligation of people on the left, of black leaders, of Democratic leaders, go out of their way to condemn this, because Farrakhan has a very large following, and many of his voters do vote Democrat. So there's a special obligation to condemn those who are, quote, speaking on your side of the issue.
But why don't they?
I think there's a fear of losing the base. There are many voters in some parts of the country. Followers of Farrakhan in some areas can become swing voters. And people don't want to lose their extremes. We're seeing it on the Republican side, too, when some Republicans refuse to condemn the alt-right because they want them as voters. Every American has to get together and say, we don't want haters to vote for us. We want to condemn haters. We want to marginalize them. We want to make sure that they are universally condemned. We don't want them on our side.
Well, let's see if anybody responds. He made the comments a couple of days ago. Alan Dershowitz joining us today from Birmingham, Michigan. Alan, thank you very much.
Thank you.
All right. What do you think about that? Email us, friends@foxnews.com.
So what's the view? What's the takeaway from all this? So you clearly see in the video, he's called Jews termites. He clearly says he's not anti-Semitic, he's anti-termite. That there's no way anybody can spin this to say he's not talking about that. Look, at the end of the day, is this guy a anti-Semitic? Anti-Semite? Sure. Yeah. Like, is anybody surprised? Will the left, will the Democrats, will Barack Obama and all these sort of guys disavow that? No, I'm going to actually agree with Trump Jr. here. No, they won't. They won't do that, because if they do, well, then they're racist. This is kind of the paradox of the left, you know. You can't condemn this man because he's Muslim and he has victim points and he's a minority. And you can't agree with what he's saying because he's criticizing minorities. So, sweaty man, what do I do? You know, and that's literally, yeah, at the end of the day, and this is what it, basically, this is the problem with identity politics. This is the problem with the left's, you know, oh, you're a minority, let me feel sorry for you, victim points. At the end of the day, yeah, no, they won't condemn him, they won't, yeah, and look, I'm not surprised Linda Sarsour is championing this guy. I don't know, like, well, all I have to wonder is, if this guy goes to America, well, there's no free speech, is it? It's free speech for everybody, he can't get arrested. But, you know, like EU, is this guy going to get arrested in the EU? Is this guy going to get arrested if he ever goes to Australia? Probably not. It's funny how it always seems to work one way. But guys, yeah, I don't know. Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. What are your thoughts on this? Do you think this guy is anti-Semitic? Do you believe the left will ever disavow this guy like they make the right disavow certain people? Let me know what your thoughts are in the comment section below. If this video has been helpful, please smack a like. If you're new to the channel, welcome and subscribe. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you in the next demonetized video from YouTube. Have a great day and enjoy.